My name's Ben, and I want to tell you a story about being lost and found. I want to tell you a story about when I was lost. There was a time when I was in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I was with one of my friends. Now, we wanted to go visit a place, and it was 45 minutes away. Now, we were staying in Chinatown in Kuala Lumpur, and this was a long way away, so we had to get a train all the way to a certain station. Now, what I did, I didn't have any instant Wi-Fi, so I took a screenshot of the map. Now, I got the train to the station, which I thought was the right station, got off, and myself and my friend were watching this map and having a look, and we following the map, so I said, turn right. So we walked, and we turned right, walked along, and I said, turn left. So we went, okay, we'll turn left, straight ahead, and we're thinking, this is a bit of a strange map. I don't know why we're doing this, but we'll follow this map. So we left about an hour and a half before we were meant to be there. Anyway, as we were going along, we suddenly realised that this map was leading us across highways in the middle of massive traffic. And we even went through swamps. We ended up going along a highway, then down there's a big swamp. We had to walk around the swamp because we were following this map. And we didn't realise how lost we were. Anyway, it started getting more and more dark, and we suddenly realised we are hopelessly lost. And as time crept on, there was almost no chance of us making it to the event we were going to. Anyway, we stopped at a golf club, and there was this guy who was playing golf, and he was just finishing. And I really felt in my heart to go and speak to him and ask him where to go. So he came up to us, and I was just wearing normal clothes, and I said, excuse me, sir, do you know where this is? And he was kind of shocked, as if, what's this foreign guy doing, asking me this question. Anyway, he said, funnily enough, this is right next to my house. And I said, how long does it take? He said, half an hour away. I said, great, we had 35 minutes to get there. He said, how are you going to get there? You just drive this way. I said, no, we're walking. He just said, how are you walking? There's no way on earth you could ever possibly get to this place right now without a car. He said, where's your taxi? I said, we didn't get a taxi, where's the bus? There's no buses that go this way. So he said, how did you get here? I said, we just walked. So he said, I can't believe this. I said, yeah, we've been walking for like about an hour, hopelessly lost. He said, I tell you what, lads, you can get in my car and I'll take you there. So wow, it's amazing. He's got in the car, what song was he starting to play? He started to play one of our favourite songs, and then he played Barbie Girl, and we started singing Barbie Girl. This is a little video of us singing Barbie Girl.
You can brush my hair and touch me everywhere.
So anyway, we got there eventually, and the place we were going to, we were visiting a church. Now, the guy actually turned out to be a Christian, and the first song he played was one of our favourite Christian songs in the car. Now, we got there and we walked in, and the first song that played was this song.
Where I go, you will go. You never leave me. When I'm lost, there's always hope.
Can you imagine how overwhelmed I was stepping into this church with a couple of thousand people all there, and it just really hit me, saying I was so lost before and now I was found when I found God. What was even more amazing is in the service, the pastor ended up saying, there's people in here, there's thousands of people, and he said, there's people in here tonight that have crossed motorways and even went through swamps to get here. And I was just like, wow, what on earth? That was exactly us. You know, and the whole service was an incredible service where it really made me think, wow, God is way bigger than I could ever imagine. Even when I was lost, He directs our footsteps, and He can do that with you in your life right now. That's not the end of the story. Of course, we had to get back after the event. We stayed there for a couple of hours, and then the last metro was going at a certain time. It was 11:30, and the event finished really late at night, and we ended up having to get back. So I went to the toilet, prayed. Anyway, when I came back out, a guy from Mozambique was talking to my friend. We just spent some time in Malawi, and he said he lives right next to the metro. He drove us all the way there, and then I managed to get back. Otherwise, we'd have missed the metro and wouldn't have been able to get back. And it reminded me, you know, there's many times when I felt so lost, but God had a plan and He directed my steps. You know, and I look back before I became a Christian, how lost I was in the world. I was looking at trying to find fulfillment in money and material things, you know, in wealth and popularity, in those kind of things, in relationships. My identity was all in the world thing, and I was trying to fill my heart-shaped hole, which is the love of God, with all worldly things which never satisfy. You know, I was a sheep astray and I had no idea. It says in the Bible, we all like sheep have gone astray, each of us to our own way. But it doesn't stop there. In Isaiah 53 it says that, but God laid the iniquity, our sin, on His Son Jesus, and He is described as the Good Shepherd. There's a story in the Bible, there's a parable in Luke 15 where Jesus talks about there being 99 sheep who are all on the right path, but if one goes astray, Jesus says as He's the Good Shepherd, He'll go and He'll find that one sheep. And I wanted to share this story. You know, sometimes in life, you know, we may be lost in the ways of the world. It's easy to get lost in the world. I was chasing after a bigger car, bigger house, more money, more designer stuff, all those things. That's what I was chasing after. But it got to a point when I realised that those things didn't satisfy anymore. Those things, there was a limit that was filling these holes, and there were temporary things, and they kept on being replaced, and there was that still hole was missing, and it wasn't filled. And what I did was I listened to this song. It was a song that hit me by Wake Me Up by Avicii, and it says, I didn't even know I was lost. And I had no idea how lost I was, because I was letting all these philosophies and worldly traditions, take me captive. It says in Colossians 2 verse 8 that we shouldn't do that. We should rely on Christ and not on worldly principles, because those things, they'll lead you to feeling broken and lost, and they won't satisfy and fulfill you. And what I was looking for was a relationship with God, and the way I can do that is from what God did by sending His Son Jesus Christ through. Believing in Him, I can have a relationship with God, and that can fulfill that hole in a way that no worldly thing can do. Jesus said He was the Good Shepherd, and He said in Luke 19 verse 10 that the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, came to seek and save the lost. That's what He's here for. He's here to save those people who are lost. And as this Christmas time, as I know many people are lost in the world like I was, I just hope and pray that we can remember the gift that God gives us through Jesus Christ, His Son, the Good Shepherd. So when we're lost, we can come to Him, and we're no longer lost, we can be found. I wanted to share this story to share when I was lost, but now I'm found. And I want to share the difference it makes in your life when you have that purpose, that real understanding of what God had done for you by sending His Son Jesus at Christmas time, but also the plan He has for your life. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I just hope and pray that people understand, if you're lost and you're feeling like you're lost in the world, that there is a different way, that you can come and find a purpose and find that narrow path and come to Jesus this Christmas. Lost and found. Sharing this story, giving God the glory.